My name is Kelly, and thank you for joining me today. So today I'm going to be unboxing a couple of Reaper Learn to Paint kits that I just ordered and got in today. So I'm very excited. I have lots of hobbies, and I do not need a new one at all. But I've been looking at miniature painting. I haven't been wanting to bite the bullet to actually get started with painting. But I have a lot of board games and I have a lot of RPG minis that just need a little bit of color because they're all in that gray color. So, yeah, I got some minis or I got some paint kits. I've never painted minis before or anything like that. So I just found Reaper from another YouTube content creator. And she was just like, just pick up some Reaper ones. They work perfectly fine and just get going. And yeah, so here I am. So I got the core skills, the base coat washing and dry brushing one. And then I also got the layer up blending, glazing, and lining. Do I need both of them? No, but I can never do anything halfway. So I got those. Now I ordered directly from Reaper. I was having a hard time finding like good ones. Amazon had some, but there was a lot of bad reviews with the people that they were buying the paints, the kits from. So not bad reviews for Reaper itself, but more they were thinking that the people that the sellers that they bought them from were actually just really old stock, and it was just, an older version. So I believe this is the 2025 version or a newer version where it just comes in like this cardboard box, where the previous versions actually, I guess, came in like a little, like a box type plastic box thing. So I was looking at getting that, and then they just had really bad reviews of like, the sellers were selling really old stock and it was just really messy inside. They'd open it up and stuff had been spilt. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go direct to Reaper and order them. I didn't want to have to deal with that. So I got these two. And then actually as part of the order from Reaper, I guess they have specials where you get free things when you order from them. This is my first orders, but they had an option of, I think, maybe 6 to 8 different things that you could get as a free miniature. So there was like, all of them except one was different miniature options. And then there was one paint option that you could get, like one of the normal size bottles, not one of the ones in the kits. And then as a free second gift, they have the April promo, which was an Easter egg dragon. So I got that for free. So they were all included. So that was kind of cool too. I wasn't expecting that when I placed the order. And then, that came up of, hey, pick some free stuff if you want. And I'm like, I like free stuff. Who doesn't? So plus it'll help me with, other minis to paint. So we'll get started with the core skills one. So again, base coat washing and dry brushing includes everything you need to start painting miniatures. So 2 Reaper paint brushes, 3 highly detailed Reaper Legends miniatures, 11 quarter-ounce starter bottles of Reaper Master Series paints, and then a detailed set of instructions by award-winning painter Rhonda Bender. And I did just some really quick Google searches, and people really liked the Reaper set and thought the instructions were really good. And so I need all the help I can get. So here's just the back of it. So here's the different colors that are included. Okay, and let's just get started. We are not going to paint on this video, although I am thinking about showing a video where I do some painting. So we'll see. That might be one of the next videos. Gotta be smarter than what I'm working with. Holy cow. There we go. Okay, so I can definitely see what people were saying. you know, again, I didn't order the little older version with the plastic box, but if it did come with like a little tiny carrying case, that would have been cool. So I definitely need to find some place to put paints now. I'm sure I have a box somewhere that I can put some paints in the miniatures so I don't lose it. So yep, that's just what they look like. And then you get paintbrushes. So there's 2 in there. I have no idea what size they are, but, and then the instructions and the miniatures, of course. So let's just open these real quick. Now I'm also getting up there in age where I need a little extra help with like lights and magnification. So I went to the store yesterday and I got a tabletop light and magnifier because also just thinking about it, like painting miniatures is some of the little pieces are so small and delicate, you know, they're fine. So I wanted to make sure that I wasn't just broad stroking, um, you know, and covering a bunch of stuff that should have been a different color. And so there's the first miniature. Pretty cool. Now, I was a little worried because some of the other brands that I looked at, they did say that, you know, you have to cut them out or you have to snap them together. And some people were like, you have to be really careful because something might break. So I was a little concerned. It didn't really know how this was going to be packaged. I hoped it was all going to be together based on the picture that I saw, but you know, who knows? But yeah, everything looks pretty good. This is a little tiny bit bent, I would say. It is a little flexible, but I mean, it's really nice. So, and then the second one is the skeleton. I can get into the center of the screen, I promise. So there's that. And then the third one looks like an orc. Let's see. Gently, don't. Okay. So again, yeah, really nice actually, and detailed enough for me. I mean, I'm fairly new into the whole RPG thing. I've been in a group for a couple of years now, I think. Probably around a couple of years, maybe a little bit less. And we haven't played too many sessions, but oh man, I didn't want to get into miniature painting. So much money to buy everything. Okay, so we already looked at the brushes. I'm gonna put these guys off to the side. Yeah, so this is, let me just, noisy, grab a couple of paints. So this is the Master Series paints of theirs. This is Dragon Blue. It's acrylic, so water soluble. And then it's supposed to have, I think, like a little bead thing in there, maybe. I've looked at so many different ones. Maybe this one doesn't have a bead in there to help shake it. I don't hear anything, but it is a dropper. So they do have, some of them have paint pots and then others have like the little dropper version. You know, they were saying that these are a little bit better for the paints, so they don't dry out as quickly as like a paint pot. So I went with these. I thought that was also a good thing to have. And let me just show you. I mean, it's paint in a bottle. It's nothing too crazy. But you know, nice color. So there you go. And real quick, we'll just take a look at this. So it's their Learn to Paint core skills. And here's the contents that you have. So you have the 3 different the miniatures, and then the 2 brushes. It's a size 0 round and a size 2 flat. It shows you your paints that you get and then the instruction booklet. And it tells you the bones miniatures. Let's see. So the figures included with this kit are part of Reaper Miniatures Bones USA plastic figure line. Reaper also produces figures in Bones Classic and Bones Black. The flexible plastic material is very durable. Bones figures have been dropped, tossed, stepped on, and even driven over and sustained little or no damage. You may notice a fine raised line on some surfaces of the figure. This mold line is a result of the manufacturing process. If you do not like the appearance of the line, you can remove it with a sharp hobby knife or scalpel blade. Or file it off. So that was something else that someone recommended is, I don't know if I can, okay, old person looking here. So yeah, I mean, you can kind of see there's like a little, I don't know if that will even show up, but there's like a little line right there that you can tell is just from it being created, is from the mold. So I might take a little file. Thankfully, my husband just got a bunch of like super fine and small files. So I thought I would just use his if need be. But that honestly doesn't look too bad. Like, I don't know if I would even have noticed it. But yeah, you can see it does continue up and around. Again, nothing very crazy. And the only other thing I don't know is somebody recommended like a wet palette so that the paints don't dry out as you're painting. I haven't gotten to that yet. I'm not going to overthink it too much, but something else that I might be buying in the future. So yeah, just telling you how to mix paints. Step 1, so applying the base coat. They did say these don't need to have a primer applied. So the figures included are ready to paint, but you'll find the paint adheres better if you scrub them with an old toothbrush and liquid dish soap and then rinse them thoroughly with water. I thought I saw somewhere that they don't need to be primed as well. But I did buy some primer. Something else I didn't show you, but I did just buy some primer, just some gray primer, just in case, because I wasn't sure if I was going to be ordering from them again, and I just wanted to make sure I had everything I needed just in case. So yeah, step 2 is to wash. Step 3, dry brush the base coat. So yeah, this is actually really nice. Step 4, dry brush the highlight colors. Finishing the skeleton archer, and then it tells you some quick directions on how to do the other 2. Just some different things. So yeah, that's okay. So this is kind of what they looked like before. So it was like a plastic case that you could buy. So again, it looks like they've actually replaced that with this one just in the box. So if you do find the older one, I think, or this style, I think it's an older version. So might have, you know, dried out paint possibly or something. So, and so this one is going to be very similar. It's the layer up kit version, which is kind of like next step after you got the core rules down. Oh, let me show you the back real quick. So this has these different colors in it. Oh, paint brushes are up top. Wow, those are very thin brushes. Some miniatures. Okay, so again, I mean, nothing crazy. You got your miniatures. Which, oh my gosh, this one's so tiny. See, like this one? Yeah, this one's going to need that magnifying light. So that's this one. Is that like a halfling hero? This one looks like that pirate. Oh, this is Ingrid. This is Hajad. So pretty cool. And let's see, I actually don't see any mold lines on this one. But I mean, come on, look at that. I'm supposed to paint that guy's mustache. Like, come on. Yeah, I definitely need a magnifier on this one. These are, oops, whoa, that one popped right out. Take off any of the dog hair from the floor. Okay, and this is Anerion. And you can see they do have, you know, the faces in there that you can paint. This one is not quite as much stuff to paint since they're wearing their robe. But yeah, and then, you know, just compared to the previous ones, you know, so the miniatures in the core one, I liked it, you know, started out a bit bigger. So, you know, a little bit easier, I think, to paint. And then they gave a skeleton, which still is easy to paint, but a little bit smaller than the other two. And then they pop you in with these three, which are a lot smaller. So you can see you are leveling up. All right, so there's the miniatures. Nothing fancy with these paints. So this is Dragon Red, same Master Series paints, 1/4 ounce. So this one looks like a metallic. So it's got some shimmer to it. This is Dragon Bronze. And there's an empty bottle in here. So I'm not sure what that one's for. Oh my gosh, terrible sound. Don't worry, I have cut those sounds out, probably, most likely, because it sounds terrible. This is filigree silver. So again, this is, it's got a little bit of shine to it. So I'm thinking this one's a metallic too. I don't know if you could see that with the camera. But. Okay, so those are the paints. And then, so layer up, base coats, glazing, and lining. So again, you get your 3 miniatures, your 2 Reaper brushes, the different contents of what the paints. You get a paint bottle for water, so that's what the empty one is, and then the instruction booklet. So acrylic base, non-toxic, preparing to paint, bonus tips. So let's see, this is, I don't know what this is, maybe mixing. So it's telling you how you can mix the paint. And then doing a base coat, shadow layers. Oh, yeah, I mean, that looks really nice. Glazing, so nicely detailed. It looks like just what I need. Oh, she's a gnome. And he is a pirate. So, yeah. Tips and tricks. And a glossary, and then just other colors that they sell. So, yeah, overall, exactly what is listed on the box. So it comes with the paints, it comes with the brushes, miniatures to practice on to paint, and then instruction booklet, which actually looks really nice. It looks perfect for, you know, how I like it. I like a lot of detail with it because I overanalyze and question everything. So yeah, I'm very excited to get this done. Maybe one day we might have a miniature painting stream that I do. And yeah, thank you for joining me today. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you want to be notified anytime I upload a new video. And leave me a comment if you've painted or are interested in learning how to paint yourself. That sounds weird. Paint miniatures, don't paint yourself. Thank you. Bye. Paint yourself. Jesus.
didn't record any of it?